Hello.
Hi.
It worked?
Okay. We
Oh.
were busy setting up we have 2 different cameras going, so.
Technology makes everything easier.
Got
Super great.
this one, and up here we've got YouTube and Facebook Live. Okay. Hi guys. Happy Sunday. Hope you all had a good day.
You can see it over there. You can't. There.
So I'm Dawn. This is Kyle.
Hi.
We've been doing a little marriage series now. I think this is our 5th episode.
4th? 1 through 3.
No,
Yes,
we did
it's 4.
4 parts of the
Did we
marriage
do?
myths.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Anyway, so we're moving away from the marriage myths now.
Because
And
we finished them. Yay.
you know, I'm sure there's more, but what we did was, yeah. Anyway,
Don't break the table.
just so you guys know, so we've got Facebook Live going here. We've got YouTube up here. We've been having some issues with Facebook Live.
Gets about
Losing sound.
12 minutes and then we lose sound. So if we lose sound, let us know in the comments on Facebook.
Yeah,
please.
if I start getting the same warning I've been getting, I'm going to stop it and restart it.
Throw our phone out the window, something
Pretty
like
much.
that.
So
Whatever.
anyway, just so you guys know, that may happen. So tonight's topic, we are going to talk. I probably won't even touch. If I don't respond to your comments, there's a reason. My phone just won't scroll for some reason, and I don't want to touch it because it's really.
It's going to break stuff.
These stands are not great. Anyway, tonight's topic is divorce.
The D word. Not that
It's
one.
not the lovey-dovey kind of topic we're gonna have tonight. So, before we start, just so you guys know, we are not any sort of marriage counselor or anything.
We're just a married couple. We've been married 9 years. And we've made some observations, and we love helping other couples build their marriages or learn about their marriages. So that's why we do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
We also have no kids, no pets permanently.
Well, no permanent children in our home.
Yes.
I have 2 daughters,
Right.
and we see.
But I say that to mean what works for us may not work for you because you have children.
Yeah.
And we totally understand that. Take what you like from what we say. Use it, don't use it, whatever.
Or don't take anything. That's fine.
Whatever,
just
then
here-
get out of here. Just kidding. Okay, and as always, comment, share, and always let us know what you think or what you want
What
us
you
to
don't
talk
think.
about. If you don't like something, send your complaints to him.
That's me. It's I'm not going to give my email.
Okay, so we're going to talk about divorce. It's not an easy subject for anybody to talk about. I have been through a divorce. He has not.
No, I have not. We have, within our close group of friends, we probably have about a half a dozen people who are going through a divorce, considering divorce, have talked about divorce, have been divorced.
Just got out
all
of a
that
divorce.
stuff. So
Yeah.
this is why we decided this week, this is what we would talk about.
Yeah. So a little bit of my story. I don't know how deep I'm gonna go, but so when I grew up a very kind of sheltered. I was homeschooled. I was brought up to be a good little Christian girl. Divorce was not an option. It was never going to be an option. And then I met my first boyfriend when I was 17, and we were together for 4 years when I was just begging him for an engagement ring. I just remember just being I just really want to be engaged. I just really want to be engaged. And then I got the ring and I'm oh my gosh, I get to plan a wedding, and for the next year, I was so excited to plan a wedding. What I was not facing was the fact that I was going to be spending the rest of my life with this person. We really had 0 things in common, and there were a lot of red flags. I should not have ever married him. But, I was comfortable. I was also I had very bad self-esteem back then, and I had never really had anybody seem interested in me, and he was the only one, and he was very kind to me. So I thought, whatever. So we got married, and sorry, you get to just listen.
I'm just here looking pretty. That's all I do.
So we get married, and it was a great wedding. It was a great honeymoon. Well, the place we went to was a great honeymoon, and then we come back, and reality set in that I was married to this guy now.
Life.
Now it wasn't just the fun wedding. Now there's an actual life with this person. And, for the first couple months, I guess I would say I played house. Like, I tried to make it work. But I can't force chemistry, and I couldn't force... let me say, I was also in a really selfish place in my life. Like
Selfish.
I was going to say selfless, and then I was like, no, that's not the right word, so I said
Exact
selfish.
opposite.
I was very stubborn, very selfish, and had walked away from the Lord at that time, and I was just kind of like, I don't really care what he wants. I just want to be happy, because I wasn't happy. And I met this guy. We'll talk about that another time.
Some other day.
But here's the
you
thing.
guys can do math.
I got married in 2008, August 2008. I was divorced by August 2009. And I take full responsibility for that ending. Like, he was a pretty good guy. Like, there was really no reason to not want to be with him, except that I just didn't want to be.
You said it. You were selfish.
Yeah.
A lot of times that is going to be sometimes the ending of a marriage is one side is way more selfish or doesn't pay as much attention to the signs.
Yeah.
And that's how it ends.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah,
so
sorry.
we got divorced in August 2009. He was the one who filed due to reasons that we'll discuss another time. And he had every right to, and I was happy to get divorced. Which is sad, but back then, like I said, like, seriously, anybody who questioned me, I'd be like, I just need to be happy. I just want to be happy. That was so stupid. But
it was immature.
Yeah. So then, 6 months later, he and I got married. So anyway, all that to say, I've been through divorce. I've been through friends leaving you because of your choice. I lost a lot of friends because of my choice, especially the Christian friends, because they believed it was a sin and that I was going to go straight to hell and all this stuff. I remember one person specifically looking me in the eye, who I thought she was a pretty good friend, but she was like, if you get a divorce, you're going to go straight to hell. I was like, okay then, well, guess I'm going to hell. I mean, come on. We're not judges. We don't know. And that's the other thing I'll say is that whatever we share about our beliefs about divorce, we're not trying to like force anybody to listen or like believe what we believe, but I just refuse to believe that if you're in an abusive relationship or, not just like, I just want to leave, that's kind of a lame excuse. But if there is something actually wrong in your marriage and you need to leave.
And you've done everything to try and work through it.
I just refuse to believe that God's just going to send you straight to hell because of that. I don't know. But, I'm not the judge. So that's just my feeling on it. I know a lot of people who have been divorced and are now remarried like us and are doing, phenomenal. And they would have never been this happy or joyful or at peace if they had stayed in that relationship. So
there are also those that we've met and talked to that they considered divorce very, very, very strongly for a time and decided to work through it. And it was a great decision. So both sides, again, like we said, don't think anything we put out there is set in stone or the gospel for any reason. Mm-hmm. It's just stuff to think about. So if you're in that spot, if there's something going on, who knows? Take the chance. Do whatever is most comfortable for you. Do whatever you need to do hi Jen, to make yourself not happy, because happiness isn't always the right thing.
No.
Make yourself safe.
Yeah, don't always be searching for the next best thing either, or the grass is greener on the other side. If I'm, no, because every marriage is effort. Yes. So if you're not putting in the effort in this marriage, what makes you think you're going to put in the effort in the next marriage? You got to learn.
Yeah. Now, my side of this, other than that story, not that's part of the story. Anyway, I have seen strong marriages. I have seen, my parents have a strong marriage. They have always, they've had struggles, but they've come all the way through it. So my thought process when we first started discussing getting married was, here's the deal. We get married, that's it. Like, there is, other than infidelity or abuse, physical, mental, emotional abuse, we're working through it. Mm-hmm. We're going to do it. And we've been doing all right, I guess. We're still here.
We're still going. We made it past the statistic, which now it's 8 years for a relationship to end in a divorce. I said that
Eight,
funny.
8 years. Really think about that. Think about the person that you were 8 years ago. And then think about you now. How much has changed?
Yeah.
How much is different? If you would have given up, how much could you have saved? Who knows? There are a lot of statistics that we went through.
We're just gonna read off some statistics and maybe offer comments as we go. But do you wanna start or do you want me to?
Yes, okay. More than 90% of people marry by the age of 50. That seems like it's fairly common.
Yeah.
One of the things that we did find, and I'm going to jump down just a little bit, is that millennials now are starting to drive down not only the divorce rate, but they're starting to drive down the marriage rate as well. They're waiting longer to get married, and they're staying married longer. About 40 to 50% of married couples in the United States divorce. That's a pretty common thing. But that number has been going down for not only just a millennial reason, but as other reasons.
Yeah. As of 2016, both marriage rates and divorce rates in the U.S. are decreasing, which is good. Recent studies have shown that millennials are choosing to wait longer to get married and staying married longer and are the main driver in the decline of both marriage and divorce rate. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
They're learning from all of our mistakes.
Well, and you got to understand, okay, that 50% statistic has been there for how long? So the millennials, in all their wonderfulness, have experienced that. Like, what did it say? 90.
Hey guys, we just hit the 11:30 minute mark.
Still sound?
And can you just make sure? Can you tell us if you still hear us? Because this is when Facebook likes to cut us off for some reason. So if you don't hear us anymore, let me know.
Yeah. What was I saying?
I don't know. Sorry.
No, millennials have experienced the child side of divorce. So they may make a commitment to say either, A, I'm not going to get married at all because I've seen what it did to my parents, or they were within a good relationship and they said, I will get married, but I'm going to wait because I want to make sure that I have the exact person I want. All right?
Yeah. Almost 50% of marriages in the U.S. will end in divorce or separation. Researchers estimate that 41% of all first marriages end in divorce. 60% of second marriages end in divorce, and 73% of the third marriages end in divorce. You know, that's totally because people leave their first spouse because it's all their fault.
Yep.
Or it just didn't work or whatever. And they go to the second one thinking it's going to be different, but they don't change anything about themselves or how they do anything. So they go through the honeymoon phase and then they're like, oh. And then the third one, same thing.
Thank you, Christina. Awesome.
Yeah. So unless you're like changing who you are and working on yourself, how are you going to ever have a better marriage?
Right. I will say personally, now I haven't experienced a divorce, but I've been through significantly long relationships. In one of them, I was 100% at fault. I was selfish. I was immature. I was stupid. In the second one, I didn't change much. So I put in a little work, but it still ended because I was still the same person. It wasn't until I took over a year, maybe 2, to look at myself in the mirror, to work on myself, that we got into a relationship. And now I'm not so full of pride within this one to be able to say, yeah, sometimes I'm wrong. Sometimes I'm stupid and I need help. So help me.
Sometimes you're beyond help.
Yes, that is true. Sometimes I am.
You wrote this. Do you want to? Good.
Oh, and that is the piece. A good portion of your marriage is self-care. Are you safe? Are you looking in the mirror? Are you finding out what things you're doing wrong within that marriage? And are you actually fixing them? Mm-hmm. It's very easy for me to say, hey, it's all your fault. You didn't do anything. You don't do this. You don't do that. But how many times have you looked in the mirror and said, wait a minute, I'm not doing this piece. So that's why she's not doing that piece. Okay, maybe I'm the driver of this. So look in the mirror. That's the first thing you should do. When you're considering divorce, think about it. Yep. Look at it.
Because it's usually not just one person that ends a divorce, okay?
Just
I mean, in my case, I'm going to be honest, it was pretty one-sided. Like, I was the one that left. I was the one that screwed up. I was the one that, But, I mean, in most marriages, it happens over time, a lot of little things, and they don't address them. They don't take care of them. You're not trying to improve yourself. You're just trying to improve your spouse, which is never going to work. So,
like we said, not last week, but the week before when we did our last live, your major fights are never about the spaghetti. It's never about that the meal wasn't seasoned right or I don't take out the trash enough. It's about all of the underlying things, the things that you never thought about before. And part of it, the self-care stuff as well, is learning to fight fair. We'll do another live on that because that is a whole subject in itself.
Yeah.
Anyway, more
We're already
statistics.
at 15
Yay.
minute
Oh,
mark,
no.
but we're gonna go another 5 minutes. We usually try to keep it between 15 and 20 minutes, so we may. I don't know. We're gonna.
Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. You want to read this part?
Every 13 seconds, there's a divorce in America. That means within the time that we have been doing this, there have been over 70 divorces. Divorce is not a terrible thing,
Yeah.
but really think about that statistic. In the last 15 minutes, more than 70 couples have been divorced. The second piece is, and this number just amazed me, in the amount of time we do this, that's 70 divorces, right? That equals to 2.4 million divorces a year. That's a huge number.
Yeah.
And that's couples. So you're talking about 4.8 million people that are affected, and that's not even considering the children.
Yeah.
Right? That's a lot.
I know my divorce affected a lot of people. It was not just me and my husband. It was my whole family, a lot of friends. Yeah. So divorce affects a lot of people. But again, we're not like judging. Obviously,
No.
I was divorced. So
sometimes divorce is the exact answer.
yeah,
It
I've
is
got
the thing
a
that
good
needs to
friend
happen.
who's going through a divorce right now, and they have given it their all. And it's just time to end it.
There are those that have moved on, and it's been the greatest thing they've ever had.
Me.
Oh, well, okay.
I can move on from
I'm
you.
touched.
but-
What? Wait.
Okay, so that means there are 9 divorces in the time it takes for a couple to recite their wedding vows, which is 2 minutes on average. More than 554 divorces occur during your typical romantic comedy movie, 2 hours long. This is just random statistics we thought were interesting.
Can I say something about rom-coms since you're on it?
Of course.
Rom-coms lie.
Oh, yeah.
100%. There is no perfect wife, and sometimes when you break up, they don't come running back. So if you want your marriage to be a rom-com, just go buy the movie, because you're never going to get it. It really won't happen.
There is no perfect marriage. There is no fairy tale wedding or marriage. Weddings can happen. But you will never have a perfect relationship.
Yep.
Ever. Because you are not perfect, therefore he is not perfect. Like, no one is perfect. People sometimes suck. Okay. I'm skipping that part.
Okay. And David, you're right. Communication is hard, but it takes effort, just like anything else. You do have to step out and be naked in front of your partner to be able to make things work. In more ways than one, but in that spot, you have to be completely vulnerable.
Very vulnerable. It'd be, yeah. Among all Americans 18 years of age or older, whether they have been married or not, 25% have gone through some sort of a marital split.
A quarter of people.
Yeah.
Have-
and that doesn't mean they've been married. Like, it
Yeah.
means they've witnessed it within their family or, you know, like someone close to them or
They've
something.
been personally affected.
Yeah. So that, to me, is crazy. It's like, just remember, you guys, you're not alone.
Right.
Divorce is everywhere. Separation is everywhere. I think because, I mean, to be honest, I feel like we're a very selfish people. Like,
We are a selfish society.
we want self-serve. We want people to do what we want them to do, and that's just not life.
And generally, we want them to do it now or faster.
Yeah.
15% of adult women in the United States are divorced or separated today, compared with less than 1% in 1920. The average first marriage that ends in divorce, we said that is about 8 years.
That's about 8 years.
Now,
yeah.
here's the trick with this statistic, though. It said less than 1% in 1920. You also have to understand what was the driving force in 1920. A lot of women didn't have the rights they do now. They weren't allowed to speak up in some instances, so they just sat and took it. That's not the case anymore. Women are empowered, and that's a great thing. But it also leads to maybe sometimes women don't want to be the help. Maybe they are full of pride, right? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. That sounds really jerky of me.
You're
I don't mean it. I love women.
Okay.
This one specifically, but just in general.
I love women.
Anyway.
Who's getting divorced?
All right,
The
20
average,
minutes.
I know, we gotta hurry up. The average age for couples going through their first divorce are 30 years old. I was 22, but yeah.
I'll be 40 at the end of the month. So that means I beat it by 10 years.
Woo!
Because of her. Anyway.
Well, we haven't even been married 10 years. 60% of all divorces involve individuals aged 25 to 39. Wives are the ones who most often file for divorce at 66% on average. That figure has soared to nearly 75% in some years. It's crazy.
And then again, I think it leads to the empowerment of women.
More empowered,
They're able to say that.
Yeah.
So.
Do you want to read this and then we'll end?
This one, I love this. This is great. So 5 professionals with the highest divorce rate. Dancers, it doesn't specify which type, 43%. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Bartenders, 38.4%. That makes sense to me because they're so interactive and usually have great personalities.
Yeah.
Massage therapists.
I don't really understand that one.
Not going to touch it.
They're just touching people.
Yep. This is the one that got me. Gaming cage workers and gaming service workers. Gaming cage workers were about 35%. Gaming service workers were 31%. The reason why that's great to me is my mom and dad both worked in the gaming industry. My mom was a gaming cage worker. My dad was a
service worker.
Yeah. So they beat the statistic.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. So that's how it made it personal to me.
The 5 professions with the lowest rate are farmers, podiatrists, clergy, which makes sense, optometrists, and agricultural engineers.
Which is probably a fancy word for farmers.
Yeah.
So
anyway.
It's a bunch of statistics, but understand what we're trying to say. Divorce is not a bad thing.
No.
It happens to the best of couples, and it happens for the most important of reasons.
Yeah.
But it cannot be just, well, we disagreed about this one thing, or he doesn't do the dishes right, so we're getting divorced. Don't make it that type of thing. What else you got?
Marriage takes effort, and the grass is not always greener. Sorry, I'm trying to get the. I have a cussing on the car.
Yeah, I'm
nice.
Anyway.
Yeah, so the grass isn't always greener. If you're in a troubled marriage, if you're putting the effort in and the other person's not, it's really hard to save it. But if you're both trying, keep trying. But don't feel like guilt or shame if you do have to get divorced.
And as we've said in almost every single live or video that we've done, get advice, take advice, but be careful where you're getting your advice from.
Yeah.
Because if you're taking advice from a 7-time divorcee, I mean...
they're probably not the right one to get their advice
that.
from. You don't have to take our advice.
Nope.
You can go elsewhere. Go talk to your pastor. Go talk to a wise friend, an elder, whatever. Anyway, okay, I'm touching the table.
Don't shake things.
All right.
Oh,
well, we have gone over what we normally like to do. So,
but it's an important subject. So, okay.
And we will see you probably next Sunday.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're talking about yet. If you have a thought, a subject that you would like us to touch on, let us know.
Send us a message. Send an email.
Email.
I don't know.
Comment, share, like,
Yeah, all the fun things. All right, guys. What?
Sorry, I was just checking to see if anybody else was talking.
Hello.
All right, guys. Have a good night and have a great week.
Good luck.
Bye. Good luck.